A force that can't always be controlled. An example of humankind's attempt to harness a potentially destructive force can be found in
We have ignition.
the rocket.
In terms of harnessing energy, I know of nothing more powerful than the rockets that we have today.
Since the 1960s, hundreds of rockets have been successfully launched into outer space.
Our success record is well above 90%, usually in the 95 to 98% category.
But when massive supplies of highly combustible rocket fuel is housed inside tons of steel and composite metals, catastrophes are always a possibility.
Rockets are a risky business, and a lot of time and energy is put into trying to be sure that we don't have a bad day and ending up in a failure.
On January 17, 1997, one of the worst rocket disasters in history occurs at Cape Canaveral, Florida. On Launchpad 17A, the Delta2 rocket carrying an $81 million satellite.
3, 2, 1, 0. We have ignition and liftoff from Cape Canaveral Air Station of the Air Force Delta2 launch vehicle carrying the new GPS-2R satellite.
The rocket soars through the sky with 200,000 pounds worth of thrust. Suddenly,
We have had an anomaly.
It was between 1,000 and 2,000 feet in the air when the strap-on solid motor started to fail.
250 tons of flaming debris and rocket fuel shower down on Cape Canaveral.
We need to secure the area.
A fortified building close to the launch pad is pummeled by the firestorm, threatening the safety of workers inside.
And we did have a major problem.
The explosion also creates a toxic cloud containing hydrochloric acid. Experts know that the cloud will be blown over the Atlantic Ocean. A strict safety zone also ensures that no lives are lost, and that the only damage suffered is to a number of vehicles and small structures.
You launch within range limits. You launch in such a way that there's no human life at risk, no toxics or plumes that can come back over human beings, no environmental concerns.
Again, in 1998, a new rocket, the Delta3, prepares for its very first launch.
3, 2, 1, 0.
We have main engine ignited and both verniers.
During its initial stages, the $225 million mission appears to be going without a hitch.
Thrust vector controls on the solid, looks good. Main engine.
Then, 75 seconds into the launch,
We have all three airless solids ignited.
the destruction occurs when the Delta3 begins veering dangerously off course. Safety officers quickly send a destruct signal to destroy the rocket before it crashes back to Earth.
When a rocket such as Delta3 explodes, you see the pieces of the burning propellant streaming down and actually called firebrands. In the case of Delta3, they fell into the ocean and they were not a harm to anyone.
The most expensive failure in rocket history is the $1.3 billion Titan4, carrying a top-secret military spy satellite. "900 tons of flaming rocket fuel and debris fall into the Atlantic. The shockwave is so intense, car alarms are set off more than 20 miles away.
We have the finest aerospace industry in the world, and when a rocket goes down, it is a highly demoralizing activity because everybody has put their heart and soul into making it a success.
3, 2, 1, 0.
We have main engine ignited and both verniers.
Fortunately, the successes of the American rocket program far outweigh the failures. The Delta2, Delta3, and Titan4 are exceptions, reminders of the risks that must be faced as humankind continues to harness the power of explosions.